'24 begins with a brand new season. Mid-American Conference basketball is back, and the chase for a championship begins tonight. The Buffalo Bulls are in McGurk Arena to battle the Central Michigan Chippewas. Hello there, and Happy New Year. I'm Jackson Matt DeVries. Clearly, we are in the party mood, so let's do this. And with that, 2024 is officially here, and listen, the most important part, action is back.
Yeah, a lot of the coaches, they talk about it once we get to this point in the season, right? Conference play has begun. The second season now begins tonight. Everyone in action tonight, and now is when you see where you stack up against your peers.
The green looks good on you.
I like blue on you, too. It matches your suit. You look good.
Well, speaking of blue, let's talk about the Buffalo Bulls and look at that starting lineup. Matt, specifically, we focus on Cy Chapman. 3 straight games with 20 or more points. He makes their offense go.
All 12 games in double figures and 4 double-doubles. He's really started to come on as of late. They need him to provide some of that scoring punch. The defense has been good at times for the Bulls. He needs to have a big game offensively tonight.
On the other side, Central Michigan, they've started to rely on Brian Taylor. He's a guy that's been a staple in this program. Got off to a slower start, but he's had really good games over the last few weeks.
Tony Barbee relies on Brian Taylor and his leadership. He's a veteran in this program. He can be inconsistent at times, but when he's at his best, Tony Barbee sees that full potential for Brian Taylor.
And you and I, we rely on Cristiano Rosa. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year, guys! We have a lot to celebrate. I mean, it's Maction and it's 2024, but the Bulls could be leaving with a lot more to celebrate. Over the past decade, they've really dominated the league, but with their new head coach, they're approaching unfamiliar territory. Their only win this season comes from a Division II school. Since then, they've lost 9 straight, scoring less than 70 points in each for the first time since 1999. It's a new year, a new team, and it really just takes one win to propel them forward.
And what a great time it would be to get one here tonight to open up conference play. We are excited to get another Mid-American Conference season going. The Bulls and the Chippewas, and we're off and rolling. Marcus Harding wins the tip, his first game in the last 4. He's been out. They're happy to get him back.
They've missed him, Adam. He's a big piece of what they like to do at both ends of the floor. And he provides some scoring inside. Can be that pick and pop guy, too.
Butler, he can shoot it. Misses, though, and the rebound comes down to the corner. And the Bulls, though, they step out of bounds. Janivius Smith thought that he was pushed there, but Central Michigan potentially catches a break.
Yeah, not a great first possession. He ends up empty, but a good look from the outside, and that's been a problem for Central Michigan. They've been able to get good looks offensively in the non-conference season, Adam. They just haven't been able to knock enough of them down.
You know they want to start fast tonight, Matt, because they got down 12-0 to Loyola Chicago in the opening 4 minutes on Saturday, and hoping to get that game moved upon and step into this one with a better start. Pritchard, high off the window, but it crawls off. So here comes Buffalo, their first time down the floor. As mentioned, they have struggled offensively. Just 67 points per game with a newer roster. Sable, he can shoot it, leads them in threes. He's got the first bucket of the night.
The masked man tonight for the Bulls, and he knocks down their first attempt from the outside. Great for them to get off to a hot start.
This is his first night wearing the mask. I think he's doing just fine in it. Sometimes you think that'd affect the shot, but not a sharpshooter like him. Butler looking for space. Harding demands the double team. Dribbles out of it. The hook. Yes.
And that's why, Adam, he's so important in the lineup. Marcus Harding, such a tough matchup inside. Big body, but also really athletic.
Brings a calming presence inside. Doesn't panic when that double team comes. And we've seen him. He can find his teammates as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can distribute the basketball and can really be an X factor on the floor. Defensively, we'll see how he holds up. He's missed some time. How's that conditioning look?
Shot clock is low for the Bulls. Another one. Check. And it's good. Sable has got 2 straight from deep.
He shoots it a lot. One of their better shooters from the outside. And that mask is not providing any issues whatsoever. Looking really comfortable.
A true freshman. And he's knocked down now 22 triples. Team's starting to scout him, but he continues to find open space behind the arc. Here he is playing defense against the other number 2. Kaden Vasco. Pretty good inside. Pritchard trying to create. One-on-one. Throws it up, and it It pops out. Taylor rocks the rim, but nothing doing. We get an offensive foul. We're going to go the other way.
And Sable says, my fault, moving screen. That's on me. I didn't let you get set.
Because of that, it goes against Smith. Buffalo felt like maybe they let one get away in their last opportunity. They've lost 9 straight, Matt. Niagara, that was the first game they led a D1 opponent at the half, and then things fell apart in the final 20 minutes. So just like Central Michigan, they're trying to figure out how to play their best for 40 minutes.
Yeah, you just got to try and get that complete performance, and sometimes it just takes one, and then the floodgates open, and Anthony Pritchard will tell you that's not his best effort. Frustrated here to start for the point guard for CMU.
He started 0 for 3 from the floor. Central Michigan 1 for 6 overall. Because of that, Buffalo has an early lead on the road. They have been really good in this series. And once built up a 12 straight advantage before last year. Tough take inside by Chapman. He throws it away. Chippewas out to run. Butler lost the basketball. Isaiah Adams to Chapman for 2.
CMU makes a mess of the transition. An odd man rush going one way. Butler can't handle the basketball. Great job by Buffalo, seeing the open floor and finding the open man.
So now back-to-back starts here where Central Michigan has been sluggish out of the gate. And now an offensive foul inside on the Chippewas.
Can ask for a better start, right? Goes without saying for Buffalo. Knocking down a couple outside shots. Doing a great job of turning defense into offense there. And you get Hunter Harding, I think, with that moving screen right there. Not set. Got to make sure you're stationary. He was in foul trouble in that loss against Loyola, so he checks out early.
He was really the only big option they had. Jamal Davis can add some versatility. Odor is in there. There he tries for the block, but we do get a foul. And Buffalo looks pretty good offensively right now to start this game.
Yeah, looking really comfortable. CMU just loses track inside, and Chapman, again, having an impact. Really come on as of late, playing good basketball for this Buffalo program, and we said it in our open, if Bulls were going to come in here and start conference play 1-0, he was going to have a big night.
He has been excellent, nearly 18 points per game. He's been in double figures in all 12 of their games. He's got an early 3 points. Chapman at his third stop, UMass first, then off to Illinois State for 2 years, and a Minneapolis native finishing up in Western New York with the Bulls. How about this for Buffalo? Have not beaten a Division I opponent yet this year, and they're up 10-2 through the first 4 minutes. Central Michigan won for their first 6. They've turned it over twice as well. Shot clock's under 10. Pritchard takes a long 2, knocks it down. Big bucket to end the drought.
And maybe not the best look they were hoping to get on that possession, but still, Pritchard, good awareness. Knowing the shot clock's winding down, I have to get the ball in my hands and find an open look here before the buzzer sounds, and a great job knocking down that long 2.
That ends the 7-0 Buffalo spurt. Nice pass to the corner. Graham, air ball, but it turns into a nice pass. Adams for 3. Got it.
Big time shot off the miss. Catches one in rhythm out on the perimeter, can step right into that shot. How about that?
They are happy to get him back. He missed 5 straight games with a nagging ankle injury, but he's played now in 3 straight. Taylor misses the answered attempt at a 3. Bulls looking for more here before we hit that first media window. Another open look. And Smith lost his footing.
Acres of space out on the perimeter. Costly turnover there from Buffalo, but how about the start for the Bulls, Adam?
Yes, indeed. Buffalo up by 9. And this, their leading scorer, taking advantage of the turnover and the stuff for Chapman.
Roll the glass, especially at home to start conference play. Tony Barbie emphasizing a lot with this group this season, rebounding the basketball.
What do you go out of the timeout here to try and spark this offense, man?
You got to go inside, right? You got to force that defense to collapse. Maybe that opens something up for Rubio on the outside, but Harding gets a paint touch right here.
Yeah, right inside they do. Opens up the outside. Davis can't pay it off. Harding called for an offensive foul. He didn't like it, but the officials get him for his first.
Marcus Harding, a guy that you want to try and keep on the floor if you can.
There's George Halkovich in his first season, the longtime assistant over with the great Jay Wright in Villanova. He spent 15 years, though, helped them win 2 national championships. They went to 4 Final Fours. They dominated the Big East, and now his first head coaching opportunity. Deep three, Sable. Couldn't hit the third one, but another opportunity for the Bulls. Adams, nice dump off. Chapman, the 2.
I'll tell you what, this Buffalo attack looks fluid, Adam. They look really comfortable moving the basketball, shooting the ball at a high percentage here to start. Just a couple of turnovers that they want to clean up, but other than that, they're playing great.
You would never know that they've lost 9 in a row. They've come out and battled, and they have played really good basketball through the first 6 minutes. Central Michigan, in the meantime, just 2 for their first 9. Harding. That's too long, and 1 and done. Good rebound inside by Graham. Zone defense for Central Michigan. Sable. Chapman between 3, hits it. He wanted a foul.
Yeah, a little reach in there by the Central Michigan defense on the way up, but still, he doesn't let that bother him. And look at this. This thing's ballooned to a baker's dozen.
And Chapman has got basically a point per minute. He's got 8 points in the first 7. Harding lost that one. Here's Chapman. He could be in the double figures. In for the stuff. Oh, Buffalo. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. In transition. Look at this. Just a little asleep at the wheel by Marcus Harding. Maybe some extended time out of the lineup will do that. And how about this? Above the rim. Let him know.
He did.
Man.
Chapman with 10 already. He's coming off that 29.13 rebound, 3-steal performance against Niagara. And I think Bulls fans are thinking, yes, finally, this is what we were looking at. This is what we were hoping for. And boy, what a great time to get it in the opening night of MAC play. They're off to a tremendous start.
Goes back to just the point that we've been making throughout the start of this broadcast tonight. Conference play is a new beginning for everybody. Wipe out the non-conference slate, and you're 0-0, and Buffalo has done a great job taking advantage.
On the other side, the third-year head coach, Tony Barbee, is thinking, how did this happen again? That slow start we saw at Loyola Chicago, now they're back home to open up conference play, and you can see the frustration, Matt. They thought they gained a lot of momentum with a pretty tough non-conference slate, performed pretty well, but that break, it seemed to bug the Chippewas a little bit. Trying to figure it out right now as they haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. It's a 9-0 Buffalo run. Shot clock under 10 for Pritchard. Bulls relentless defensively. Pritchard drives and finds a crease.
Yeah, a lot of hesitation on the perimeter by Central Michigan. No one really wanting to pull the trigger with a crease of space. And Pritchard, the patience pays off, getting to the 10.
And now on this end, they got to find a way to get stops because the Bulls are executing well. They're shooting 75% from the floor. Tough 3. May have been partially deflected. Not able to hit there is Adams. Back on the Chippewas. Pritchard finds Davis. Nope. Offensive rebound. Davis cutting. Up and under. It drops in.
That's something they didn't see a whole lot in Chicago. Hustle plays paying off. Offensive rebound, sharing the basketball, being unselfish, finding the open man, back-to-back buckets for the Chippewas.
A little light for Central Michigan. It'll continue with a Buffalo turnover. And Central Michigan starting to find their footing a little bit. A game of runs as you'd expect. Jamal Davis, it didn't work from the outside, so he showcases the athleticism inside. And it comes out.
Davis had it in his head he was going to dunk it no matter what, and when the ball hung up on the rim a little bit longer, he wasn't in a good enough position to corral it and lay it in.
So now on the other end, again, the Bulls trying to answer. They haven't scored in a couple of minutes. These are some of the scoreless droughts they've seen with this young team here in 2024. Wide open inside. There they find Janivius Smith. He was left alone down there.
And that's patience offensively. You had the ball in the hands of some players out on the perimeter that you don't really want. Didn't have it in your point guard's hand, but they still get the ball inside and find the open man. Great patience there.
They settle right back into that zone defense. Lead has been as large as 15 for the Bulls. Butler looking for space, throws it up. Gets his own miss. 20 back up on the shot clock.
And not your traditional 2-3 zone defense that you're used to seeing when you throw it in the middle of the game. It's got a lot of aspects and elements to it that makes it difficult to break down.
And the Chippewas can't solve it right now. They're getting some good looks, but they look a little hesitant. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're Coach Halkovich. Inside again to Smith. Shot clock under 10. Graham looking to create with 3. Tough take. And a shot clock violation. So much better defense on both ends of the floor here.
Well, that's 7 turnovers already for Buffalo, and yet they find themselves with a double-digit lead in the first half, so they're leading in spite of being careless with the basketball. You got to really like that this progression has now bled into conference play. They've been close. The record doesn't show a great start to the season for Buffalo, but the ones in parentheses at the bottom of your screen are the ones that matter. 0-0. It's a fresh start here tonight.
That's what you talked about off the top, one of your keys. They got to take care of the basketball. They're turning it over nearly 17 times a game, which is last in the conference. Butler, a deep 3. Nothing going from the outside, but a second chance. McMillan can't hit. Central Michigan 0 for 7. They'll go inside. And Butler draws contact. Lid on the bucket early here in Mount Pleasant for CMU.
How about those rebounds for Brian Taylor in traffic, doing a great job of ripping him down. John Floyd with a whistle late there. Derek Butler catches a break because he misses that 3rd shot attempt on the trip. And now this is something CMU has not done as good of a job as they need to, getting to the free throw line. Slowing these games down. When they get down in the first half of some of these games, they need to try and do this. Get to the free throw line, slow the tempo down, get some points with the clock stopped.
Good to see Derek Butler get a point. He's averaging 18 points per game in his last 5, but he was scoreless in that game against Loyola Chicago on Saturday. Missed a couple of jumpers, as you saw. When he gets on the score sheet, they've been relying upon his offense, and they certainly need it throughout conference play.
Well, in CMU, season low 35 points on Saturday. A lot of guys didn't have a great day shooting the basketball. Derek Butler not alone there, and they're looking to try and right a wrong here tonight at home.
Sable, confident drive. Graham open for 3. Smith tapping it around, loose ball. And Butler comes out with it, and a smart foul right there from Anquan Bolden Jr. If he doesn't get Butler, it's a 2-on-0 the other way.
Almost a clear path foul there. Butler had 2-on-0. Brian Taylor was leaking out in front of the play, I think. I think that was his teammate, and that was going to be a slam dunk. And we know how Brian Taylor is not afraid to get above the rim.
Those are the easy points that CMU wants. They didn't have any fast break points on Saturday. So if they can get a chance to go out, run, get an easy bucket, they're going to take it. Chippewas just 4 for 20 to open this game and 0 for 7 from deep.
And that zone look really slowing things down after getting out to an early lead. That's what you got to do. Penetrate inside, break it down. Not the prettiest looking shot at him, but it'll work.
Throw it up and it'll go in sometimes. Pritchard cuts it under 10. He's got 6 there after he missed his first few attempts from the floor.
Defense has been much better the last few minutes for Central Michigan. Tightening the screws.
And here it is again. Pritchard, 1-on-1. Up and under, beautiful. Anthony Pritchard with a run of his own, and the Chippewas are back to within a touchdown.
Doing a great job of locking in defensively. Turnovers leading to touchdowns. First fast break points. Anthony Pritchard Sensing it up and under.
Live sports.
Love it.
And Jay Wright knows style, man. And so does Coach Halkovich. That goes out of bounds. Touched, though, by the Chippewas. It'll stay with Buffalo. And defense is starting to get to Buffalo a little bit. 8 turnovers early for the Bulls. That's been the one problem to start this game.
Yeah, and I mean, scoreless for almost 3 minutes now. Central Michigan on a 10-2 run at them. The last few minutes, these last 3-4 minutes have been all Chippewas. This is where you need to see if Buffalo's grown a little bit. What lessons have they learned through the first 2 months of the season to dig yourself out of this one? Offensive foul, yet another turnover.
Anthony Pritchard has taken over this game. Offensively, defensively, look at the activity from number 30.
Oh, yeah, easy.
And that's a push-off right there, but he is willing the Chippewas back here in this first half.
Frustration foul out of the timeout as well. Hate to see that. Trying to run your best set coming out of that immediate timeout, get a bucket, get this drought stopped, and 9 turnovers ain't going to cut it in the first 12 minutes.
It's allowed a 6-0 Central Michigan run. Buffalo hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. McMillan spinning, and it pops out.
Halfway down, that one hurts, but still, got to take the positives. Really good possession. Got a good look within 3 feet.
How can Buffalo figure out this defense? The intensity has ramped up. Chapman, he's their leader, surrounded. Out it goes. 3 again. Sable, he can't miss from deep. That's his 3rd.
Gamble by Paul McMillan to try and help side defense reach in, try and double team, get the steal. He leaves Sable on the outside. Great job by the Bulls to find him, and he is locked in from the perimeter.
He's got 9. Chapman's got 10. Those two combining for 19 in the first 24 Bull points. Just over 6 minutes left to play in this first half. A big bucket to get it back to double digits. McMillan left alone. Chippewas cannot buy one from the outside. They're 0 for 8. Adams, nice drive, runs into Pritchard. It's a charge. Boy, Anthony Pritchard again.
Let's take a look at the feet here. Driving inside, Pritchard jumps, and that's how you, if you're going to take a charge and give up your body, that's what you got to do. Get to your spot quickly and do not move. Pritchard does a great job setting himself, draws that foul. We're going the other way with a charge, and Adams picks up 2 quick ones.
Yes, he does. A guy that is one of their veteran leaders, but he had missed 5 games. The second-year transfer from UCF. You need him to score, and he did so against Niagara, but you're going to need him again tonight, you would expect. Try and get this road win, open up conference play. Butler looking to go one-on-one. Up and under, beauty, but they can't finish. That's been the story of the Chippewas in this first half. 6 for 25 from the floor. Deflection by Davis. Chapman is open. Turns into a pass inside. Nearly a jump ball, but 2 instead. Janavian Smith.
Thought Vasco had his hands on the ball for long enough to get a jump ball. No whistle. Keep playing, and Buffalo dug themselves out of that hole. Scoreless drought for almost 3 minutes. Nice response.
Now it's the Chippewas that have been scoreless for a couple of minutes. Where do they go to try and end that drought? Pritchard has been really the only guy. He tries again. Still no threes. 0 for 9 for Central Michigan from deep.
Buffalo dominating on the glass so far. +7. Doing a great job locking down one-and-dones only.
Bolden Jr. up against Taylor. It's knocked away. Their block leader gets another. Chippewas trying to turn it into offense. Vasco stepped out of bounds. And Tony Vardy's frustrated. He wants his freshman to shoot that. That's why they brought him into this program. He can shoot it really well. Maybe just was overthinking it right there.
That's not a confident play right there. If this team is knocking down shots from the outside and not 11th in the league in three-point shooting, I think that's an immediate catch and release by Caden Vasco. He hesitates for a second. He thinks about it too much, steps outside. And now Pritchard, Vasco, and Harding all on the bench with the second unit out here. Where does that scoring come from?
We're going to find out. Or Buffalo's got a chance to expand this lead. It's been as large as 15 in this first half for the Bulls. Fulcher. Bolton, Chapman trying to navigate. Good patience, left it a little short. A nice rebound by Smith. Ram into the paint for the floater. Got it. Smooth from James Graham.
Second chance points. That's an offensive rebound leading to extra looks at the basket. Just like that, Bulls doubling up CMU.
And the Chippewas sitting at 14 points for a second game in a row. They scored just 14 at Loyola Chicago through one half of play on Saturday. Backdoor taken away. Quick hands by Fulcher. And the offensive struggles continue. Fulcher trying to do it on the offensive end. He does so. How about this from the Bulls? First two from Fulcher. A 9-0 spurt for Buffalo over the last 4 minutes. And pretty touch from James Graham was a part of it.
This one, no stranger to the outside shot, and he's one of the reasons why Buffalo is out to this big lead.
Taylor looking for Central Michigan's first three, and it doesn't come there. They're 0 for 10 from three, which means they're 1 for their last 22 from deep in the last couple of games. Only hit one in that 35-point performance against Loyola Chicago on Saturday. Bulls in complete control with 3 minutes to play in this first half. Graham playing with confidence, tough take, rolls off but an offensive rebound. Bolden Jr. has it blocked by Rubio and he clears. Good interior defense by the Chippewas. Pritchard lost the basketball momentarily, but off the fingertips of Chapman and Buffalo.
Not a great look coming out of the timeout. A forced three early in the shot clock, in my opinion, by Brian Taylor. And then you've got Pritchard trying to drive to the rim. I think CMU's trying to get all 16 back on the one possession. You just got to take this methodically, and you got to start chipping away. You can't be afraid to work the ball inside. You're settling for jump shots. 10 of your 27 attempts have been from beyond the arc, and you haven't made one yet. Go inside.
Taylor trying to do that. Nice move. And right inside they go, and it works out, Matt.
They've done a great job of getting looks inside, Adam. They've had 3 or 4 lay-ins that have been halfway down and have lipped out. And Brian Taylor doing everything he can.
We talked about him in the open, Matt. They have to get scoring from Brian Taylor. He's their second best scorer at over 12 points per game. That's his first bucket. Fulcher. Oh, that one somehow almost went down. Falls in the hands of Pritchard. Head up, looking to attack. And he takes a tough spill. He's going to go to the free throw line with a couple minutes to play.
Well, I think the message got across to the Buffalo Bulls coming into this one tonight. Gentlemen, it's a new season. We got to have better effort on the floor here tonight. If we win tonight, all of a sudden we're 1-0. Forget about those losses in November and December. Their effort on the glass has been great. They're +8. Everyone's going up when shots clang off the rim. Despite the 10 turnovers, they've still done a really good job.
Where would Central Michigan be on the other side without this guy? I mean, Anthony Pritchard has been the most energetic and really has been everywhere type of player on both sides of the ball in this first half for the Maroon and Gold.
The names of Kevin Miller and Jesse Zarzuela come to mind. Anthony Pritchard, the latest transfer guard to come into a Tony Barbee Central Michigan coach program. That's what you know when you're in the portal. You come to Central Michigan, you're going to be relied upon. You're going to get a heavy workload. Can you handle it? Pritchard's been up to the task so far this season.
Pritchard with over half the Chippewa points, 10 of their 18, and he's created a couple of turnovers, taking a charge or two on this end. Here he is locked up with Graham. Again, great defense by Pritchard. Chapman left alone. A rare miss from him, but Smith has been so good inside. Reset, Sable pays it off.
How about the offensive rebound by Smith? He goes over the top of Harding just so he doesn't get an over-the-back foul called on him. And then a great kick out. Sable ready to shoot as soon as that offensive rebound comes down.
That was Smith's 10th rebound already. Buffalo has now had 6 offensive rebounds. Rubio looking for that first three. Chippewas just can't hit it from deep. So Buffalo, for a second straight game, is going to go into the break with a lead against a Division I foe. Sable, oh my goodness, he's got another one.
Unconscious from the outside. That has to look like a swimming pool for him right now. Great job by Sable, and great job by Buffalo to feed the hot hand. The kid can't miss.
He has equaled the career high, 5 for 6 from deep. Pritchard, nope.
Give it to him again. Launch from half court.
Shoot, he should have just taken it when he got the outlet. Chug it up 3/4 of the floor. A 10-second difference here. Number 2 is having himself a first half. Does he have 3 more? He doesn't want to give this one up.
I don't blame him.
He's going to have to. Chapman squares it. And the rebound comes down to Harding. Butler trying to find space with 5 seconds. Pritchard with 3, had it partially blocked. And that is not what you want on that